How do you describe your game at this stage in the process? Everybody's telling everybody what you do well. What do you do well?
Yeah. I think it starts with being a versatile linebacker. I think I can play the Mike, Will, Sam. I think I can do all three at a high level. And I think I'm a very athletic player, and I think that shows up in my game. I think I showed this last year that I was able to be like a true Mike. I think I showed I can stop the run, show some physicality this year. I think in the upside of it, I think I can be a lot more effective in zone coverage as I keep working that part of my game. I think I've shown I can feel routes and things like that, but not a lot of ball disruption, especially this past year. And I think with my athleticism, as I keep working on that, I should be a real threat in zone drops.
If there's one or two favorite plays from your college career, what would they be and why? Like plays that stand out, plays you want to show in NFL?
I think especially with not rushing this past year, one of my favorite plays from 24. We got a chance to rush the edge against Texas, got a strip sack. I would show that play just to show, despite me not rushing the passer this past year, there is some upside there. Obviously, with the way our team was this year, that wasn't my role. But just to be able to show there was some upside there. Linebacker play, probably I will go the jet sweep versus Miami. I think the key part of being a great linebacker, especially in the NFL, is being able to watch film, being able to anticipate what's coming, and that's what happened for me right there. Saw it in the film room, came to the field, and made a good play.
Sonny, you met 2 nights ago with the Broncos. How did that go, and what do you get out of it?
It was awesome. Coach Payton was awesome, so it's good to meet with him. I just love being there talking ball. So you turn the film on. Sometimes they break down some of their plays, things like that, break down your plays. So it's awesome. You just got to go in there and be yourself. It's a good time.
Sonny, what do you think helped you the most from making your adjustment from safety to linebacker?
I think having a great linebacker coach and Coach Laurinaitis. He played the game, was one of the greats in the game. So having him in the room was awesome. So much information, so much knowledge. And I think the biggest thing is he gave me confidence. When I first switched from safety to linebacker, Coach Laurinaitis sent me a text. He said, "Hey man, you're gonna be a first-round linebacker." And he kind of sent me that text before I even before I technically believed it. So for him to have that belief in me, it meant a lot.
Sonny, you said you started last year to be a safety. Now that you're making the switch from safety to linebacker.
Yeah, obviously I kind of look back on it. I remember when I made the decision going into my spring of my junior year. I'm glad I did it. At the time I was doing it, I was trying to help the team. Felt like that was the best spot for us to win. And I felt like it was a spot I could do well at, but most importantly, help the team. So in the long run, it worked out, and I'm glad it did.
Sonny, when you're watching film, what's your biggest critique of yourself?
I tell every team this, my pad level. I think me being a taller linebacker, when you turn the film on, certain plays, good or bad, you can see my pad starting to rise a little high. So it's something I'm always have to be conscious and aware of, and I know it shows up when I'm watching.
Sonny, you just talk so much about
So,
what is it about you?
oh man, I've been playing since I was 4 years old. I just love to compete. For one, that's the most fun part. Two, I would say the brotherhood of being on a football team, especially when you get to college. There's 100 guys, and all those guys become your brothers. And being able to go through the off season, you guys laid on the line together, through this hard training, then you get to the season, and the trust is just there. So that part of it, I would say competitiveness and then brotherhood.
Sonny, have you met with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in this process?
I meet with them today.
You know if it's formal or informal?
Formal.
How cool would it be to play for the Bucs in that defense and reunite with Mecca Buka on the offense?
Yeah, that'd be awesome. They're a great team. Coach Bowles is awesome. I actually met him in recruiting when his son was getting recruited to come to Ohio State. He's a great man, so I'm excited to talk to them.
You recall that meeting, during the recruiting?
What was that?
You recall the
Yeah, I remember.
meeting went during the recruiting?
How do I recall how it went? He was just cool. At the time, I believe he was defensive coordinator. I just remember he was a good man. His son was very nice too. I liked him as well.
Sonny, when you think back on your time at Ohio State, what are your favorite memories? What are the biggest things that your time at Ohio State?
Yeah, obviously the favorite one is winning the national championship. Besides that, there's just so many great memories, good or bad. Bus rides home, plane rides home, early morning workouts. There's just a multitude of things I can remember. But honestly, just enjoying the time I had with my brothers there.
What kind of legacy do you feel like you left at Ohio State?
I think most importantly, at least what's most important to me, is the kind of person I was. I always treated people the right way. I felt like I was a good teammate. I was a guy you could talk to. I felt like from the coach's perspective, I was a guy who was consistent and reliable. But most importantly, I'm happy about the way, when I come back in a few years, whatever it may be, I think people are going to remember the way I treated them.
Sonny, you and Arvell were an amazing duo, linebacker duo this year. Do you think that y'all two one of the best linebacker duos to ever do in college football history?
I'm not really sure. I think we're a really good duo. I'm not really going to try and rank it or anything like that, because there's a lot of great duos that played in college football, but I definitely think you could probably call us one of the best. But
Back on your college career, what will stand out about your time with the Browns?
Man, it's just special. You don't really get to do that at a high level. Having them out there was awesome. It's just a little different having your actual blood brother out there. I know we all call each other brothers out there, but being out there with them, you have a good play, you have a bad play, and being able to experience that together, it was special.
Your eyes locked. He looks at you, or you look at him, and there's something about that, right?
Yeah, I remember he had a play. I don't remember what game it was. He was upset. Just walked up to him, put his arm around him, and then you go to the flip side of that. He returned the touchdown versus UCLA, and experiencing that together. So moments like that, it's super special.
Sonny, I know you met with the Giants. How was that? And they're a team that really wants to improve their run defense. How could you help any run defense?
Yeah, that meeting was awesome. Coach Harbaugh was great. Coach Bush was great. I think in the way I can improve the run defense, I think just being in the middle, with this past year, when I was playing Mike this past year, I feel like I had a great feel for what was coming, the way I studied the game. I thought I showed physical hands on film, physical strike. I thought I showed some sure tackling this past year for the most part. So just coming in the building, earning the trust of the guys in front of me. You got to make sure the defensive line in front of you trusts you. Earning the trust of the guys in the room, earning the trust of the guys behind me, and then being able to command the defense if I was called to be the Mike. I would say Peyton Pierce. He's a guy, he's very smart, very physical. He showed his physicality from the jump as soon as he got here as a freshman. He's very comfortable, in terms of in the box, whether it be counter or anything like that, because he was so used to it coming out of Texas. A lot of guys get out of college and they've never seen counter OY or counter OT, things like that. He was used to that, and it showed up early. And I think he's gotten more comfortable, and he's going to take a huge step this year.
Sonny, have you been able to
What's it like to be evaluated by a GM who's played middle linebacker for a long time?
Yeah, it was awesome. He was in there asking some good questions to me, so that was an awesome experience. I thought that meeting went really well, so it was a good time.
How different is it to be evaluated by somebody who thinks like you?
Yeah, it was interesting. You could tell he played. Obviously I knew his history already, but you could tell by the way he was asking questions and asking about eye progression and things like that.
What did you know about his history?
I just knew he played, and I knew he was good. I didn't know where he played and what team it was. I just knew he played, and I knew he was good.
Sonny, did you make it Washington?
Yes.
Anything stick out about the defense and how you
didn't really get particularly into how it would fit in the defense, but I thought the meeting went really well. Just kind of watching my film, asking questions, things like that. I thought it was a good meeting.
Sonny, what would your
I think it depends what defense I go to. But I think for any defense, I'm gonna bring some versatility to the room. I'm gonna bring some intelligence to the room. I'm gonna bring physicality to the room, and I'm gonna bring consistency to the room.
Sonny, how would you describe your leadership? How do you
I think first and foremost, I lead by example. I show up and do the right thing every day, trying to lead guys in the right direction. Second, I'm a big relationship guy. I like to build relationships with my teammates. Then when things go wrong, you're able to have a conversation with them, and you guys have that relationship, so you're able to talk.
Sonny, what would your comfort level be?
How confident are you that when a team drafts you to be a difference maker, you're going to try and be that guy?
Yeah, I think no matter what pick I go, I do believe I can make a difference, whatever that role may look like. So for me, whatever club I get to, figure out what my role is and just be a champion at that role. And I think all that takes is just being consistent, showing up and working hard each and every day.
So you want teams to know about you when you do meet with them?
A lot of teams, I think they want to know, or at least I want to show them that I'm aware of what I need to get better at. I want to show them I'm an intelligent football player. Like, I'm not just a guy that's just out there running and hitting. Like, that's part of the game too. But you got to be a smart football player, especially in the NFL. And then be able to talk about, like I said earlier, I think I'm a very versatile linebacker. I think I can do a lot for a defense from that second level.
What would be intriguing? Who would you compare the NFL players that you watch or anyone on film that you're like, that looks like my guy?
Yeah, I don't study this guy, but I admire his game. So I actually got two players. I really like the way Fred Warner plays. Former safety in college. He's obviously a very athletic guy. Plays Mike with the 49ers. He does such a good job. Sideline to sideline, run in the middle, whatever it may be. He's come down physical. You can see he's a smart football player by the way he anticipates the game. And then another one in the past I always admired was Luke Kuechly. Similar frame. He's about 6'3", 245 as well. Super good athlete. And I think he was such a good athlete that, I mean, he was so smart that people forgot he was such a great athlete. And that's kind of what I want for myself. Like, I think I'm a great athlete, but I want my intelligence, my football intelligence, to stick out more than my athleticism.
When a guy like him
have been making Fred Warner comp, how you feel about that?
Yeah, I don't mind it. He's a great player, one of the best linebackers in the NFL. So I don't mind the comp at all.
Luke's going into the Hall of Fame this August. I mean, what kind of, I guess, do you look at his game and go, okay, if he can get there doing that, then maybe I can follow this?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say if he can get there doing that, because, I mean, he did a lot. It's not easy. But, I think the way he played the game, like when you watch videos of him, like him calling out plays, like he spent so much time studying on the game. So that's something I plan on doing as well. I want to get to that level. And like you said, you got in the Hall of Fame. That's a goal of mine. So it's going to take a lot of work to get there, but just got to start one step at a time.
Sonny, would you feel comfortable calling plays your rookie season? Like, is that something you think you could go right into?
Yeah, I feel comfortable calling plays. I think the comfortability level just comes with spending time. If I know what I'm doing and everyone else knows what I'm doing, there's no stress with it.
Outside of Peyton Pierce, who are some of the other guys coming up in that linebacker room that you're excited about?
Riley Pettyjohn, super athletic guy, has great rush ability, great bend, but he's also really good off the ball. Just a young guy he's working his way up, and I'm super excited to see him.
Sonny, with Coach Patricia being a former NFL coach, how did that prepare you for this stage?
Awesome. Coach Patricia is a huge help. The way he taught the defense, a lot of these rooms I go in, it's similar terminology, so they understand what I'm saying, things like that. Even in this process of training for this moment in the combine, him hopping on Zoom calls with all of us, taking us through what a meeting's going to look like. He's been such a great help.
Sonny, what is the best trait you bring as a football player?
Best trait? I think I would say versatility. I think I would say that because the great defenses you look at, there's at least 2 to 3 guys on the defense that can play a multitude of roles. Like, for example, a different position this year with the Seahawks, Nicky Moore. He's a versatile player. I think when you have guys like that on your defense, you're able to do a lot of different things as a coordinator.